Previous session, we talked about how to identify common scams and recognize the red flags today. We are going a step further. We will be looking at phone and email fraud specifically, and we will even do some role playing exercises together so you can practice what to say and do in real situations. A quick reminder for all online session guidelines, please stay muted unless you are speaking. Use the raise hand button if you want to participate in the role play. All questions are welcome in the chat. I will be watching throughout the session. Let us begin. Please welcome our facilitator today's session.
Hey, hello everyone. Good morning. Thanks for coming back, joining our first session of Digital Life in Canada, practical skills for seniors and newcomers. And today we want to briefly talk about the important topic of staying safe online in Canada and introduce the content we want to cover in this new series of um, classes. So, regarding the topic, we want to cover safe and smart online. In our next session, we'll talk about practical AI tools for everyday life. We'll cover digital life in Kitchener and important issues about banking, government services, and digital trust. And finally, very briefly, touch the employment in the AI era. So some of the topics may look familiar to you. We discussed them in our previous class, but in this class, we want to add more to the table and also make it more practical through kind of story-wise introducing the content. Hopefully, it will help you better. So each session will start from a story and see how the content we want to cover in that session will show up in our daily life. Like for example, today we want to start from this story happened in February 2024. Miss Sinag, if I'm right, a newcomer in Kitchener, received a text message from Canada Post which says, "We are unable to deliver your package, and please pay a $2 delivery fee as soon as possible using the link below." She recently ordered something online, so the message seemed very reasonable to her. And that's why she clicked on the link and entered her credit card information there. A few minutes later, she received a phone call from someone claiming to be her bank. And the caller said, "We detected a suspicious activity on your account. To stop the fraud, I need to verify your identity. So I just sent a security code to your phone. Please read the security code to me." Things look very kind of reasonable and natural. She received the security code and read it to the caller, and that's it. The next morning, thousands of dollars were withdrawn from her account. What happened? So the question is, where was the first warning sign in this story? And what would you have done if you were in this kind of situation? And I mean, we all know that, I mean, these kind of problems happen in our daily life. So we need to be well prepared to see what would be the best reaction. Okay. And this is what we want to talk about more in our session today. Now, these are a list of example scams in Canada. CRA scam, bank impersonation, delivery text scam, grandparent scam, romance scam, fake technical support, crypto investment scam. The list is much longer, but these are very common in Canada. So although I just brought this delivery scam story to you, but just keep it in mind that it is not always a delivery scam. Rather, it could be any sort of scam that I list some of them here. Now, in all these cases, before clicking on any link, answering uh, the phone or downloading anything or paying or whatever, ask these simple questions. First, who's contacting me? Do I know them or not? Okay. The second question you need to ask yourself is, are they creating urgency, feel of threat, secrecy, or confusion? These are very important. These are very important features of any sort of scam. They try to put you on a kind of urgent situation or threat you somehow, or they try to make it very secret wise, or they try to kind of make it confusing to you so that within the time you're trying to sort of understand what happened in a very short time because of that urgency, they can proceed in their fraud. Okay, so ask this question. And these are some kind of examples. Like, for example, are they trying to force you act now, immediately? Or like, for example, they say act now, or they say your account will be closed if you don't do this, like bill of threat. Or it says it is last warning for you to do something. Okay. So feel of, urgency, threat, secrecy, or confusion is usually involved. So this is the second question you have to ask. Third question is, are they asking for money, for password, for codes? If they ask any of these, then that would be a huge red flag. And we'll discuss further. Is there any suspicious link or attachment? Am I supposed to click any link or download any attachment that I'm not very clear on the content of the attachment the or the link? And the last thing is, can I verify independently? Like, for example, if it is a call, what if I just hang up and call my bank myself, or hang up and call the uh, CRA office myself, right? Or what if I just visit the official website rather than clicking the link they provided? Okay, verify independently is a very important kind of barrier against scams. Okay, so these are 5 questions we try to usually ask ourselves instead of moving forward in these kind of situations. I'm not saying always the call or the message you receive or the email you receive is a scam, but in all those cases, we ask these questions to make sure whether we are um, facing a real problem, or it is a scam. Okay. And the last thing is, well, if there is any sort of award, thing, or something like that, ask yourself whether it is too good to be true or not. Okay. Like I said, all these questions, we are trying to see if I can trust or not. And if I cannot trust, why I cannot do that. Okay. If I can ask this simple question, then I can easily uh, move forward in that situation. Okay. So matter is trust or not. Now, here we have some simple examples. This is an email I myself received recently, a few months ago, and it says it is coming from this guy and about a company called AARP. Let me read the text very quickly. It says your AARP health monitoring kit awaits. They claim that they said I am a member of the AARP, and for some reason they decided to send me a health monitoring kit. Um, this picture is the shows the kit they're discussing. So, dear AARP member, we are we are excited to inform you that you have been selected to receive an AARP health monitoring kit as part of our special promotion. This kit will help you track and monitor your health with ease, allowing you to stay on top of your wellness goals. And thank you for being a valued member of AARP. We are committed to supporting your health and well-being. And then they provided this button for a link that I'm supposed to click on and uh, kind of give the information they need and claim my award. And there is also a attachment in that email. Okay, so let's see um, what suspicious sign we can find based on those 6 questions I mentioned. The first question was, see who is contacting you. Here, this is the sender. It is Raja Suisthra1234 at gmail.com. So this is the first problem I have. Remember, Gmail is a kind of personal email, not a company email. Meaning, if you are an employee in this AARP company and they want to give you an email, it it won't be a Gmail address. It should end in at aarp.com, at aarp something. Okay, so instead of Gmail, it should be something related to the name of the company. So the first problem is if I'm a member of this company and one of their employee wants to inform me that I won an award, then why that guy sent that email through his or her personal email rather than the company email? This is a suspicious sign. The next suspicious sign is I thought, okay, let me see if this company even exists. Because for sure, what I know is I am not a member of this AARP company. I had no idea about it. So it was confusing to me. I Googled the name of the company and found out, okay, the company is legit. The website address is www.aarp.org. And this is the next problem I have. See here, we call this domain. So the domain of the company is .org, meaning if you're working in this company and they want to give you an email, the email should end in .org for sure. Okay. Now, the email I received from this guy and it ends in .com while the domain of the company is .org, and this is a red flag, meaning this email, for some reason, this email is not from at least it is not from an email sent from this company. Okay, it is sent from a personal email, which is a red flag. The second question that I ask is there any sense of urgency, threat, secrecy, or confusion? And here is they said they're waiting for me, and uh, they try to kind of uh, convince me that I have to move forward fast. So okay, so is there any urgency, threat, or secrecy, or confusion, or not? Okay. The next question I ask is there Are they asking for money, password, or code? No, there's nothing here, meaning you shouldn't expect to see all those items, all those questions in a single scam. No, there could be some of them or not or not, okay? But usually you can find some of those clues to make sure if it is a scam or not. Next question was, is there any suspicious link or attachment? Yes, here there is a link and there is an attachment. And why I believe it is suspicious, because if I go through the message, it is very clear to me, okay, I won an award and they want to send me that award and I am a member of that company. So if I'm a member of the company, it means they already have my address, my phone number, my email address, everything. And if it is the case, why they need me to go through this link and claim claim my award? They can just easily send it to my address, to my home address, right? So that's why it is suspicious. If there is no reason to click a link or open an attachment, then that attachment or that link would be suspicious. And then the other thing is, can I verify independently? How I verified it independently, I just Googled the name of the company and figure out that, okay, like I explained, the domain of the company is not same as that email address. Okay. So this mismatch is a problem. This is how I verified that email independently or that sort of award independently. Okay. And then last thing is if it is an offer which is too good to be true. It says as part of the special promotion, they want to send me an award, and then down the text it was they said it is for free. I just need to pay for the shipping, those type of things. So think of this kind of uh, device. When I went into the website of the company, I figured out that the price is about $1,000. Why a company want to send me one of their product of with a cost of $1,000 uh, just for free? That's too good to be true. Okay, don't believe that. So this is how I kind of evaluate message I receive or email based on those 6 questions. Okay, the next example is a fake CRA email. Again, someone received this email. Subject urgent. Your SIN number has been suspended. Dear customer, CRA has detected suspicious activities linked to your social insurance number. Failure to respond within 24 hours may result in account suspicion and legal action. Please verify your information immediately through this link. And thank you. Bye bye. The first question was, who is contacting me? Um, it is an email from CRA, but if I mean, I forgot to bring the email address. It, like I said, it didn't end in CRA or CA or something like that. Again, it was from yahoo.com, okay, which is a personal email. Then the next question was, if there is there any sense of urgency, threat, or confusion? Yes, urgency is here. Confusion is from the beginning. It says, "Dear customer." The question is, if it is coming from CRA and about this important problem happened to my account, isn't it weak that they said "Dear customer" instead of saying my own name? Who is your customer, right? The first thing I need to make sure is they sent the message to a right person. So I would expect to see my name here. So they said "Dear customer," meaning it is confusing to me. Okay. The other problem here is failure to respond within 24 hours may result in account suspicion and legal action. Sense of kind of threat and urgency. I have to act in 24 hours unless this problem will happen to me. Okay. And again, here they said verify your information immediately. So that kind of sense of urgency is um, included in different places here. Are they asking for any password, money, or codes? No. Is there any suspicious link or attachment? Yes, there is a link here, and the link is suspicious to me. It is www.cra-security-review.com. And again, .com is not the domain I would expect to see in an email from CRA. CRA is a kind of Canadian official organization, right? So I would expect to see .ca instead of .com. And can I verify independently? Yes. What I did is I Googled this myself. I went to, Googled cra-security.review.com, and Google showed nothing to me, meaning that link goes nowhere. Okay, it is fake. And last thing is if there is any offer to be too good to be true, which is not the case here. So these are the problems I found. That's and based on that, I didn't click this link because I realized that it is fake. Okay. The next example is a fake bank text. It says TD alert. Your account has been temporarily locked due to unusual activity. Verify now to avoid suspicion. And this is the link for verification. Okay. Again, suspicious signs. Who's contacting me? Um, I just saw a phone number, and when I googled that phone number again, it was not that it's from my bank. Okay, is there any sort of urgency, threats, or confusion? Yes, the TD alert is showing kind of a threat, and it says verify now to avoid suspension. So sense of urgency to avoid suspension is a kind of does has a kind of threat in the background. Okay, is there are they asking for money, password, or codes? No. Is there any suspicious link or attachment? Yes, there is a link here, and I googled this link myself, and as expected, it was it was not uh, uh, it was not a legitimate uh, address for the bank. Okay, so I verified myself, like I said, by googling this address and verified and realized that no, there's nothing related to my bank here. And is there any offer too good to be true? There is no offer here. So this is, I think, another example. Like I said, in all these sort of scams, regardless of the way you receive them, you can find one at least or some of these suspicious signs. The other example is the last example is a suspicious phone message you receive. Hello, this is an urgent message from Service Canada. Your assigned number has been involved in criminal activity. Press 1 immediately to speak with an officer before legal action begins. Okay. Again, is there any urgency, threats, confusion here? Yes, it says uh, this is an urgent message, so our urgency is here. It says you have been involved in some kind of criminal activity. That's kind of fear tactics or threats, and press 1 immediately. So that's a kind of urgency involved. And can I verify independently? Yes, for sure. What you should do is just hang up and call the number of the office which is in charge of these kind of problems, okay, rather than moving forward with this, let's say, officer. so-called officer. So these are the questions I always ask myself, and based on them, try to figure out whether I'm facing a real issue or probably a scam. Now let's go back to the message Miss Xiang received and see if you can find some of the suspicious um, issues here. Again, read it, please. I give you a few minutes. Read the message and see if you can find those suspicious signs here. All right. So let's see what suspicious signs we can find here in this message. It says, we are unable to deliver your package. Please. So it's a kind of uh, threat that your package is going to be lost somewhere and you have to uh, solve the problem to receive your package. Okay. And then they said, please pay this $2 for redelivery fee ASAP. So it's a kind of urgency here. As soon as possible, you need to pay this using the link below. Again, remember I said is if there is any suspicious link or attachment, which is the case here. They said, I just sent you a security code to your phone. Please read it to me. Remember, this is another suspicious activity to ask you for code you received or money or something like that. So these are the problems I found, the signs I found in that message. Okay. Now, what should she have done once received this kind of text instead of clicking that the link? If she received this kind of text or examples I showed before, if it is a kind of text and there is a link, instead of clicking the link, stop, ask yourself, am I expecting a package? And if yes, again, don't go through the link. Open the Canada Post app or website directly and verify in Canada Post system rather than using the link. Okay, if you're expecting a package and a problem happened to that package, you can figure it out easily through the website or the app of the Canada Post rather than going through the link. Okay, if you receive a call explaining this problem, what you should do instead of reading the code for them, just say thank you. I'll call the bank directly and hang up. Don't read the code. Don't pay the money. Don't what else? Don't trust on them. Just say goodbye, hang up, and call the number of the on the back of your bank card or the Canada Post or whatever they're claiming they're coming from that organization. Okay, call the number of the organization and verify yourself whether that's a real problem or not. Okay, so now we know how we can identify a scam and what we should do once we identify that scam. Okay. The easiest thing is don't trust, don't proceed. Just stop, verify whether it is a scam or not, and then once you verify that, okay, it looks as a scam, stop and uh, don't continue with them. Okay, easy. The other thing we want to, the other item we want to discuss is problems with your cell phone. Um, Safety issues with your cell phones. How you can protect your our phone. Uh, Here's the thing. Your phone contains personal photos, banking apps, emails, contact information, private message, and so on. These are all personal information and important to us, right? How we can uh, how we can make sure that all these personal information uh, on my phone is safe. These are some simple steps to kind of ensure the safety of our personal information. First, use a strong PIN number or fingerprint or Face ID. Although sometimes it feels kind of burdensome to have a PIN number or use fingerprint anytime you want to use my phone or use the Face ID anytime I want to use my phone, but it deserves. I mean, it that simple step using a pin or whatever, that simple step uh, protects very important information on my phone. That's why it deserves. Okay, lock your phone whenever you're not using it. Don't leave it open somewhere and move away. Okay, do not share your unlock code. Sometimes people easily trust others and share the PIN number or unlock code of their phone, which is a major problem, which could be a major problem. The other thing is if your phone is lost or stolen, report it immediately. Okay, don't don't wait to see if you can find or you can or like for example if that guy stolen your phone, text you or call you or whatever, don't do that. Okay, report immediately. If your phone is stolen, don't panic. First, contact your mobile provider immediately. They have some good way of protecting you against any problem. They can kind of temporarily uh, uh, kind of deactivate the phone or whatever. I don't want to go into the detail of that, but if you contact your mobile provider immediately, they can help you protect yourself and your information. Okay. The next thing you can do is use Find My iPhone if you have an iPhone, or Find My Device system if it is an Android system. You can go online and Find My iPhone. If you have an iPhone, go to Find My iPhone. If you have an Android, go to Find My Device. These through these websites and the tools that exist there, you can easily find the location your phone uh, is in. Okay, um, and also there you can easily uh, lock your phone and then change important passwords as soon as you can. If you're sure that or if you're suspicious that your phone is stolen, the easiest thing you can do is go to your email, your bank apps, whatever important apps you have, and change the password um, as soon as you can. Okay. And uh, if you're suspicious whether it is stolen, then report the theft to the police if needed. Okay. But don't panic. You can easily um, protect your information uh, using these simple steps. The key message is protect your phone like you protect your wallet. That's a key message. Okay. Uh, don't trust anyone to share your wallet, right? And don't trust anyone to share your uh, PIN number or passwords. That's the simple rule. The next item regarding the smartphone safety is where you want to download apps. You have to make sure that the apps are coming from a safe place. Like for example, if you have an iPhone, just download apps from Apple App Store. If you have a Android system, just use the Google Play Store for downloading the apps. Don't download apps that are sent to you through text messages or WhatsApp links or unknown websites. These are not safe, okay? Avoid trusting anyone and any systems rather than these two official and safe places, okay? And the other thing is, before installing any app, ask yourself, who made this app? Do I know them? Like, for example, if you want to download your bank app, you know who made it, right? But if you receive a link through WhatsApp that encourages you to uh, download an app, the first question is, do I really know that or not? Do I really need that or not? I mean, we receive all the time, we receive, especially when you're in social media, we receive a lot of encouraging messages that, okay, download this app and use this and win that award, all those sort of things. But ask this question, do I really need it or not? If not, don't download apps um, and trust those messages. And now, if you know an app and if you know that you really need it, the next question is, where can I download it? It should be either through Apple App Store or Google Play Store. No other place. Okay. If someone, this is the key message. If someone sends you an app through a message, you have to be very cautious because most of the time those apps are not reliable. If it was reliable, it should easily go into one of these two places or both of those places. Now, regarding the smartphone safety, uh, you need to watch for suspicious messages and links, as I explained before. Like, so you have to be very careful when receiving a message. Uh, Again, keep an eye on the urgency they try to create for you. If they ask for money, I'm not saying that always when there is an urgency, it always means that it is a scam. No, it is not the case. But what I'm saying is you have to be cautious. If you feel a kind of urgency, you have to be very cautious because most of the time, if you receive a message from the official organization, they try to kind of help you kind of uh, feel comfortable and have enough time to look for the problem, the resources you have to solve the problem, ask questions, ask help, all these things. They try to give you that uh, time to feel comfortable and figure out how you want to solve the problem rather than kind of putting you under pressure that you have to do it and fix it now. Okay. So that's why I said whenever you feel that sense of urgency, be more cautious. Whenever they're asking for money or asking for your password or asking for any verification codes, again, these are usually signs of suspicious messages. Okay, don't trust them easily. And if the message contains a kind of unfamiliar link, then you have to be cautious again and make sure that you're not trusting people that you don't need to. Okay. These are some examples. They try to, like I said, they try to put you under pressure that like your bank account will be closed today, right? This is a kind of urgency involved in this message. There's a kind of urgency involved in this message. You have to do something to prevent it. You have to pay immediately to receive your package, right? Your CRA refund is waiting for you to solve this problem. So there is usually, most of the time, there is a kind of urgency involved in the message. And if it is the case, then stop the key messages, stop, verify, and then act. Okay. Don't trust them while you don't need to. And this is much more important in using a smartphone because, like, for example, if you receive an email, usually you have a little bit of time to, like, Google something, ask your friends, ask someone you know they're familiar with the systems. You have a little bit of, at least a little bit of time to uh, search for it, right? But when we have a smartphone and we can do whatever we want immediately by just pushing a few buttons, then that could be a little bit frightening because they have a better chance of manipulating your kind of mind, put you under pressure, give you a sense of threat, all those type of things to convince you do whatever they ask. Okay. So again, in using a smartphone, stop, verify the problem, verify the message, and then act. That's the key message. Okay. Now, the other thing you have to kind of be cautious about it is you have to keep your phone updated. Update your phone helps you fix the security problems that may exist in the system of your phone. Okay. So they usually send you some kind of updates or automatically update your phone to solve those problems and improve the security of the system. Don't just ignore them. Okay. Don't ignore those updates. Updates can also improve the performance of your phone, which is a good thing for us, and it helps protecting against new scams. Uh, the the problem is as we move forward, the scams, let's say scamming tactics get more kind of complicated. So um, if you don't update your system, if you don't update your phone, there is a chance that new kind of scams, more sophisticated scams, can harm you because your system is not well prepared against them. Okay. So by easily updating your phone frequently, you can protect against new scams, regardless of the type of those scams. Okay. Here, the good habits are install updates regularly. These days, we usually receive automatic message that the phone will be updated, but we have this option to postpone the update ourselves. If if it is the case, I would highly recommend not postponing the updates. Let's update the phone as soon as we can to rest assured that no problem will happen. Remove apps you no longer use. We usually download apps, use them for a while, and then by time, probably we forget using that or we don't need to use that. If it is the case, don't leave it there. Remove those apps. It helps improving the performance of your phone and also kind of reduce the chance of um, being fraud by or being scammed by those uh, those unused apps. Um, the other important thing is review app permissions occasionally. Like I said, I mean, we usually download apps and share the credentials with them, share our credit card information, all those personal information with those apps, and then by time we forget using that app. We no longer use the app while our credentials, uh, what else, social credit card information, all those information still is shared with that app. If it is the case, like I said, the best thing is removing those apps, or if you have some apps you don't want to remove, but you're not using it very frequently, give it another thought whether you want to still uh, permit the access to your system or not. Okay. And the last thing is, it's a good habit to restart your phone once in a while because sometimes um, it first it sometimes helps improving the performance of your phone, and more importantly, uh, if there is any update needed for your phone and for some reason missed, once restarting your phone, usually it updates uh, your phone. So any missed update will be taken care of through simply restarting your phone. Okay. But the key message here is an updated phone is usually a safer phone. Don't simply ignore updating your phone. And think of this situation. Imagine you're losing your phone at Fairview Park Mall today. How much personal information would someone gain if there was no screen lock? Okay, just close your eyes. Imagine you're in this situation. You're in the mall and you lose your phone, and your phone doesn't have any screen lock, doesn't have any PIN number. Okay, people can just easily go to your phone and find your personal information there. How it would be annoying for you when people can easily access all those personal information on your phone. If it is a major problem for you, fix it now. Activate a PIN number or however you're easier, but kind of uh, fix the problem now instead of waiting for an issue to happen. Okay, that's the message. Now I have some reflection questions for you. Have you received a suspicious message, email, or text recently? If yes, did anyone ever ask you to kind of uh, read the verification code or pay money or uh, what else? You say clicking a link or attachment or so. Have you ever clicked the link before checking who sent it? Just go back within the past few months, see if you have had this kind of experiences. I'll give a little bit of time, a few minutes for you to think about it. In all those conditions, how did you trust or how did you decided to not moving forward? Okay. In this session, I try to give you some like 5 or 6 simple questions you can ask in any condition you have. And then based on those 6 questions, you can easily identify a scam, whether it is a simple kind of immature scam or as a kind of sophisticated scam designed by AI tools, all those things. Regardless, the scam is a scam, meaning they try to kind of give you a sense of urgency, they try to give you a sense of threat, fear tactics, they try to make it confusing to you, and all those elements are usually, most of those elements are usually involved in scams, whether it is a um, simple immature scam or a more sophisticated one designed by experts or AI tools. Those elements are usually involved. So I gave you those 6 simple questions to ask in any problem you have, and based on them, identify whether you're having a real problem or you're facing a scam. And then I told you how to react if it is a scam. What would be the reactions? This is the checklist I have for you to make sure that you're avoiding the scam as as much as possible easily. Enable the screen lock of your phone. Update your phone as soon as possible. Review installed apps and delete suspicious messages. And never share your verification code. And that's it. Okay. So these are some very easy steps to protect ourselves. And the last message of this session is if you are not very expert in using these new tools, don't panic. The scam exists. The scam are easy to be identified, and don't think about it too much. Just follow whatever I explained today. Just look at those 6 questions and try to identify a scam, and then you know how to react. Okay, stop, verify, act. Easy. Okay. Now, in our next session, we want to talk about practical AI tools for our everyday life and see how we can uh, use AI tools rather than afraiding them. These days, AI tools are kind of growing very rapidly, and sometimes people are afraid of using them because they don't know them. In our next session, we want to make sure that that is not the case for you, and you know how to use the AI tools very safely. And by then, um, thank you again for joining the class today. Hope it was helpful for you and help you feel better, feel you can be well protected against scams, and hope you'll have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, Jackson.
Do we need to ask some questions? You're mute.
Ask one question.
Yes, because Here, how can we tell the difference between a legitimate bank message and a bank impersonation scam? Because as technology evolves so quickly, everything looks real by the help of AI.
Yes, as I said, those elements are usually involved. One or more of those elements. Like, for example, think of think of the scammer. They want to kind of encourage you to do whatever they want. That's why they usually, not usually, they almost always put you under a kind of pressure that you need to act very immediately. Because if you have enough time, you would call your friend to ask questions with what you need to do. You would Google, you would have different resources to see whether it is legit or not, right? So they almost always put you under pressure that you have to do something very quickly. If it is the case, then probably it is a scam. Okay. Uh, so that feel of urgency, threat, or confusion would be an important sign. Specifically about the banks, if you receive a message claiming it is coming from your bank and you feel kind of it would be suspicious, like I said, don't move forward. Stop, hang up the phone, and call your bank yourself. If there is any problem with your bank account, people can help you when you call them. So don't easily trust those kind of messages. Instead, hang up and call a right number of your bank yourself and figure out what you need to do with their help.
Dr. Vahabi, I have my own experience last week because I am paying to cloud with
Hmm.
cloud AI, and always I'm receiving lots of message from them. Last week I received that your is full. You have to clean it. Your the storage is full. You have to clean it. And because it was very, as I said, every day I'm receiving message. So never I thought this can be fraud. And they said, click here. I click, and suddenly the antivirus
Uh-huh.
come up and block the website.
Uh,
And then I checked the email, and it was Hotmail.
yeah. Be careful about the sender. The whatever I do, once I receive an email, the first thing I look at is the address of the sender. If it is from a kind of personal email, that would be a red flag. No, never ever an organization asks their employee to send an email to clients with their personal email. That's nonsense. So the first thing is just take a look at the sender address, make sure I received what you said. I received an email claiming it is from Microsoft, and it was crazy. It was Microsoft with double T, and if you didn't pay enough attention, you would say, okay, it is from Microsoft. I trust it. But then I realized that no, it is not one T. It is there are two T, which is not the name of the Microsoft. So they're smart, but it is easy to realize whether it is a scam or not.
Thank you. Sharissa, you can close.
Yes, thank you for everyone for today's sessions. Today we practiced how to handle suspicious phone calls and emails and how to respond confidently when someone is trying to pressure or deceive you. These skills can protect you and the people you love. In our next session, we will take you into the world of online safety and secure digital practices, an area that is becoming more important every day. Yes, thank you all.